Let's talk about Prince Harry and Prince Andrew, shall we? Gareth, let's start with you. Is it right that they don't have this formal role today, considering they're not actually working members of the royal family anymore?
I think so. I think it's the safest bet, and I think it shows a fair amount of wisdom from the King. What we don't want is a distraction. This day is, of course, about us and about the King. It's not about the Duke of Sussex or the Duke of York, and many people in this country have very, very strong feelings about one or both of them. And, of course, both have chosen either directly or indirectly not to serve the country anymore. So I think keeping them as members of the family at the service without a formal role as representatives of the nation is absolutely the right decision.
Yeah, look, we're just, Charles, going to come to you in a second, because we're just looking at pictures of the balcony, preparations underway, because, I mean, certainly from a picture perspective and what's going to be in all the papers, the balcony moment is what everyone looks out for, isn't it?
I mean, apart from the ceremony and the coronation, this is the key moment. This will be the people's moment. This will be when they see the royal family on that balcony. I mean, I've been to many of these events, and when you see the royal family on the balcony, that is a fantastic moment for all the people.
And it just looks like, I mean, I don't know quite what, it's... Can you? I don't know if you can see these pictures, Charles, but is it carpeting they're putting down there ready for the royal family, or is it the thing that drapes over the balcony?
No, that's the carpet that they're putting down at the moment, and then you will see the I can't remember what you call it, but there's a sort of thing that goes over the balcony. But yeah, and I mean, that's everything's getting ready for that occasion, and they want to make sure that it's left to the last minute, because if the rain comes, it's going to it will spoil it a little bit.
Yeah, and that rain is due from about 10:30, we believe. So hopefully, at least the start of that procession through from Buckingham Palace will be dry. Fingers crossed. Charles, how do you think Prince Harry will be feeling this morning? I mean, the first time that he will be seeing his family since the publication of Spare could be a little awkward, couldn't it?
Yes, I think he'll be like an iceberg in the Sahara Desert, to be perfectly honest. He's here. I mean, I actually don't understand why he's coming. He's flown in yesterday. He's going straight back after the ceremony. Apparently, he's not going to the coronation lunch. He's not going to be around tomorrow. I understand he's got, you know, Archie's birthday, his 4th birthday back in LA. But they could have come over themselves and brought the kids to see their grandfather being crowned. That would have been a fantastic day. But, you know, do we need Harry? No, not really. I mean, he'll be there. I mean, he's going to be sitting with Beatrice and Eugenie and their husbands, which is in the 3rd row. I mean, which, you know, is the right place for him. Because he hasn't got a formal role. I mean, the speculation earlier on that he was going to be 10 or 20 rows back was ridiculous. But he'll be among the royal family. Whether or not many of them will want to talk to him at any stage is a different question.
Yeah, it is. Look, Gareth, we're seeing more pictures from Waterloo Station of our armed forces coming through, spit polished and looking absolutely resplendent. We can't overemphasise the importance of the military in a day like today, can we?
No, you absolutely can. And as you said earlier, it's very moving to see it, isn't it? They all look absolutely fantastic. But there is something, after so many negative and difficult stories, there's something really profoundly moving, not just historically, but as a community to see this. And of course, I mean, you've said earlier, this is the biggest state occasion in terms of military involvement since the funeral of Prime Minister Winston Churchill in 1965. And it is something absolutely extraordinary and moving to see. And also quite surreal, I think, to see them sort of coming through Waterloo Station at the same time. So it's wonderful. And it gives all the viewers and everyone participating, whether on TV or in person, it gives us a flavour of what to expect later, which I've been told is going to be absolutely phenomenal to see, and a real display of British pageantry.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we're seeing these live pictures of Waterloo Station now, and there's actually a crowd gathering around the armed forces personnel as they make their way through the station. You can talk about that British pride. They're certainly feeling that in Waterloo Station, watching the scene unfold before their eyes. I am fighting with the street.
It's the road cleaners, the road sweepers are going, but it's very loud here, so hopefully you can
we're
still
fighting
hear it.
against
But
them.
Again, it's vitally important, isn't it, for this seen across the world, Charles, that the Mall and everything around here is absolutely pristine.
Absolutely, everything will be in order. I mean, you mentioned the military. I mean, you have to remember these are not toy soldiers. These are actual active members of the military. They go out and fight, and here they are doing the other part of their role, which is ceremonial, and they'll do it to the best of their ability, and we will be seeing a fantastic spectacle that only the UK can do.